Imagine this. Thousands of satellites trapped in orbit, colliding and turning Earth's low Earth orbit into a chaotic junkyard. What if I told you that climate change isn't just affecting our planet's surface, but is also reshaping space itself? A new study warns that greenhouse gases are silently making space a much more dangerous place. How? Let's find out. We often hear about climate change causing rising sea levels, extreme weather, and melting ice caps. But few people realize that greenhouse gas emissions are altering the upper atmosphere in ways that could have catastrophic consequences for space sustainability. Here's what's happening. Greenhouse gases like CO2 are trapping heat in the lower atmosphere, pulling energy away from the upper layers. This results in cooling and shrinking of the thermosphere, the region where most satellites orbit. In the past, satellites that had completed their mission would naturally slow down due to atmospheric drag and eventually burn up as they fell back to Earth. But now, the thinning of the upper atmosphere means there's less drag, causing satellites and space debris to linger much longer than they should. This means more collisions, more debris, and a growing space traffic problem. Right now, there are over 10,000 satellites orbiting Earth. That number is expected to skyrocket, with companies like SpaceX planning to launch up to 42,000 satellites for global internet coverage. In the last 5 years alone, we've launched more satellites than in the previous 60 years combined. But here's the problem. Our upper atmosphere has a carrying capacity, a limit to how many satellites can safely exist there. According to a study from MIT, by the end of this century, the carrying capacity of low Earth orbit could drop by 50 to 66% due to reduced atmospheric drag. This means we could soon exceed safe limits, leading to uncontrollable space junk accumulation. If we ignore this problem, we could face a terrifying phenomenon known as the Kessler syndrome. This happens when one satellite collision triggers a chain reaction, creating a cloud of debris that destroys more satellites, making spaceflight and satellite operations nearly impossible. Think about it. Without satellites, we lose GPS navigation, communication systems, weather forecasting, and even financial transactions. A space junk crisis could cripple modern society. The good news? Scientists and space agencies are already working on solutions. The European Space Agency, ESA, is teaming up with Swiss aerospace company ClearSpace to launch a space debris removal mission in 2025. This mission will use robotic arms to capture and remove large pieces of space junk. But while cleanup missions are helpful, they are expensive and have their own environmental risks. So what's the best way to stop this crisis? Surprisingly, the most effective way to tackle the space debris problem isn't just in space, it's on Earth. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions can help restore the density of the upper atmosphere, allowing space debris to decay faster and reducing the risk of collisions. We rely on the atmosphere to clean up our debris. If the atmosphere is changing, then the debris environment will change too. The space junk crisis isn't just about the future, it's happening right now. If we don't act, we risk losing access to space altogether. So, what do you think? Should space agencies impose stricter regulations on satellite launches? Should governments do more to reduce carbon emissions? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more deep dives into the biggest challenges facing our planet and beyond.